Hi FlossTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Robin and you have found my channel, Lady Robins. If you're new here, welcome. I'm really happy that you have come to see what I'm doing here over on my little channel. And if you're a returning friend and subscriber, welcome back. I'm just as happy that you're here. It is a yucky, rainy, drizzly day here in the Pacific Northwest. So we don't have great lighting, but hopefully it's good enough for showing you my stitching. If you're new here, again, welcome. This is a FlossTube channel where I talk about my cross stitching. So that's what we're all about here, is the stitching goodness. I am filming way later than normal. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, so I'm hoping I can get this up and ready for you to view before it's midnight. We'll see what I can do about that. Before we get rolling, don't forget I'm also on Instagram. You can follow me under the same name, Lady Robins, over on Instagram. So you can follow me in two places if you're so inclined. So without further ado, let's grab a beverage. You know what I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab one of my Starbucks You Are Here mugs. And this is one that, I don't know why it doesn't get as much love, but it just doesn't get as much love in the cupboard. And I saw it when I was picking out my mug for this afternoon. And here's Atlanta. So I thought that's a good mug for today. It's got the, you know, the bright oranges in it. It's got our sun up there, but there's a little bit of a cloud, so it did make me think of our weather today. So I thought, Atlanta, here's to you, my friends. If you've got any viewers in Atlanta area, like I said, this mug's for you. Nothing interesting in here. I've got water. So grab your beverage, let's have a beverage, and then we can get to talking about all the stitching, all right? So here we go, a little water. Ah, that hits the spot at 3:30 in the afternoon. Okay, so I have had a few days this week where I did not get to stitch anything beyond my 25/7 stitching. So why don't we start with that? Because I'm raring to get back on the 25/7 stitching wagon, and I did pretty good. I'm looking at my calendar. I do one of those book of days, and so I try to zhuzh it up like Brenda and Laura do with a few stickers. And so I was looking in here, and over the last week, I have stitched 25/7. I have stitched on it 3 times, which is pretty good for me. Oh, and you guys, I just looked down at my calendar. It's Cinco de Mayo. So happy Cinco de Mayo. And I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. We're going to have tacos for dinner. Yep. I went up to the grocery store, and when I checked out, the guy looked at what I bought, and I bought iceberg lettuce. I bought a tomato, I brought some green onions, I bought tortilla shells, and the checker said, "So, having tacos for dinner?" Like, yes, we are. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. He could definitely see what was on the menu for dinner. So, and yesterday was May 4th, which May the 4th be with you for all my Star Wars fans out there. May the 4th be with you. I had a lot of fun with that. I broke out my, my Rogue One Star Wars t-shirt. The last time I went to Disneyland, Rogue One was in the theaters, and I picked up a t-shirt there. And I get more compliments on that shirt. Everybody's like, Rogue One, where'd you find that? Because, you know, that's not a very popular movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved that movie. Of course, you know, spoiler alert, the ending made me very sad, but I really liked Rogue One. Anyway, so there we go. I've covered the 2 holidays, right? And you know that I work at the library, and so we have themed displays every month that we switch out. And so we've got a reading challenge at my library. It's called, what is it? 10 to try. So we give you 10 topics to, you know, kind of, I don't know, expand your reading, maybe get you out of a rut. And so we had our display up for the 10 to try. And I'm like, okay, so on the 3rd, when we close, like a half an hour before we close, let's take down our 10 to try. And then we're going to put up a quick Star Wars display with a big sign, "May the 4th be with you." And then at the end of the day, we'll take it down, and then we'll put 10 to try back up. So we had a quick 24-hour Star Wars display, and hopefully people enjoyed that little nod to you know, fandom. It's fun to do stuff like that. I get the biggest kick out of doing that. So, oh my goodness, rabbit hole, right? I mean, back to stitching. So my 25/7 piece that I have landed on is I'm doing my Blackwork, the Year of Blackwork sampler. And what I was able to accomplish was, it doesn't look like much, but you guys, it was more, I find Blackwork to be more time consuming in terms of progress than cross stitch. It takes me forever to see where the stitches are going. So what I have almost completed is this long block here on my year of Blackwork sampler. I guess it's a sampler, right? Gonna be a sampler? I don't know. But anyway, that's where I'm at on my year of Blackwork. So I'm having, like I said, I'm having a really good time working on this, and I just dig it. It's really making me happy to do that. And I don't know how long I'll do it, but I'm gonna at least give it the entire month of May. I'm gonna work on that all May. So we'll get some good progress in on that. And then I don't know if I'll switch it to something else when June shows up, but we'll see. We'll see. I have so many whips that need some love, some consistent love, that I'm thinking I might change things out every month just so that more pieces get a little bit of progress, which is totally breaking the rules of 25/7, but you know, that's okay. I get to make up my own rules, and I get to break them if I want to. But the point of the 25/7 stitching is you stitch on the same piece 7 days a week for 25 minutes until you finish it. And so, like I said, you know, that's kind of breaking the rules, but we'll see. So anyway, there you go. There's 25/7 stitching. So I did that. The other thing that got some love this week, I stitched on my Redbird Sampler. This is definitely a sampler, and this is from With Thy Needle and Thread, if you remember this guy. So I stitched 2 days on this one, but one of those days it was more than just 45 minutes. It was a couple of hours. So what I got finished is I finished up this little guy. I don't think I had the urn on the bottom. I did that whole flower, and now I'm working on kind of the arbor over that little village. So I'm starting that, and then don't forget, if you're stitching this also, there is a mistake on the arbor, and so we forgot to put our pink stitches, you know, we forgot to chart those as being a different color. So make sure that, you know, you don't blindly follow the pattern, because there is an error, but I want to make sure that you guys are all aware of that. So that is one of my favorites. I'm really hoping that you know, by the end of the month that I'll have that arbor, and maybe even the little village done. That would be really great. I'm not doing anything fancy on this. I'm stitching this on 32 count. I think it's sand dune. Yep. Oh, desert sand. 32 count desert sand. All the called for flosses. 2/2. Classic Robin stitching. So I'm just having a really good time working on this. It's the colors are so vibrant and just like, you know, that blue. Yep, that's in my wheelhouse. I love that blue. So I got some work done on my Redbird Sampler, and you know, don't forget that's a sow. We all started together for my birthday in February, and I know a lot of you are done, but I'm still plugging away, and super fun, super fun. I love working on that. So I did Redbird Sampler, 25/7 stitching. Oh yes, Whip Go numbers were called, and so I started working on one of my Whip Go calls, and it is the Coverlet Houses by the Scarlet House. And there is our pattern. I'm doing this one. I'm doing this one, so kind of almost the negative stitching. And I bought this as a kit, I don't know how long ago. I mean, like years ago, like pre-FlossTube, years ago. And it was a kit. It came with silks. And so this is, well, I should back that up. It came with the chart and the silks. It didn't come with the fabric. And so I decided to do it on a 32 count. And what? 32 count Belfast Platinum. Now, what I didn't do was 2/2. I am stitching it 1/2 in the silks, and I kind of like it. When I picked it up again, I was surprised that I had made that choice, that I hadn't gone 2/2. But I can't remember, I can't remember who it was I was talking to, but I remember talking to someone about starting to stitch this, and I'm like, you know, it came as a kit. I'm sure there's enough floss, but what if there isn't? I'm always worried that I'm going to run out of floss, especially when it's a kit. And they said, well, you could always stitch it 1/2 instead of 2/2. You'll definitely have enough floss. The only thing is you won't have the coverage. You won't have the coverage you're used to. But they said it'll definitely be a very prim looking stitch if you do it 1/2. It'll still be great. And so that I remember going, okay, I'm going to give that a whirl. And I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So when I picked this back up, I think I was up in this area. So I've kind of gone down the corner, and then there were some windows that I hadn't finished. So I'm slowly creeping down the side, and then I can move over to the next color, which, yay! I just think this is just hitting so many bells for me. You know, so then I'll kind of hit that beigey yellow next. I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and this isn't a monster, you guys. This is 147 by 99, so it's, you know, it's not that big. It's definitely one I would like to have finished by the end of the year. So let's shoot for that, shall we? Shoot for a finish on Coverlet Houses by the end of the year. So I did that. That was also, like I said before, that was a Whip Go. And then let's see here. Did I pull my other Whip Go? I don't think I did. I'm just pawing through what's next to me. Pardon me. I don't think I did. It's the Philanthropic Pumpkin by Hands On Design. I finished all the stitching. I just need to, I need to create the pumpkin. So it's a finish. You know, I slotted myself a finish for Whip-Go, which is not like me, but there you go. So I'm giving that a try. What else did I stitch on? So Redbird Sampler, Blackwork, Coverlet Houses. I'm looking down at my calendar. And then, nope, and I didn't work on Huckleberry House. So I only had three whips this week, which some weeks are like that, right? However, what I thought I'd do is I am working on finishing a couple spring berries in the Erica Michaels Designs book. And I thought I would show you where I'm at with that because I am working on it. It's just that I'm super slow. But what I have done so far is I have, of course, ironed my piece, right? And I went, I can't remember who told me, boy, I'm bad with names right now. I can't remember who told me, but somebody had said, hey, go up to either Joann's or Michael's and get yourself a sheet. This is, you know, what do they call it? Quilt template material. Sounds like thunder, right? And cut out your template for your berry. So I did that. And when you've got one of these little books, I'll just show you, it comes with all of the different sizing from, you know, 14 count to 40 count, or 28 count to 40 count in linen, and 14, what is it? 14 to 20 Ada, right? So I cut out my little template and then watch Helen D's channel, FlossTube channel, because she has a berry finishing tutorial. So between the directions on the pattern and watching Helen D, I'm feeling really good about my berries. So, like I said, I made my template. I was reading in the pattern. They said, don't add your seam allowance to your template, because what you'll want to do is you're going to want to put some sort of interfacing on your berry. So this will be the size of your interfacing, and then you'll add a ½ inch all the way around for your seam allowance. So I thought I would show you. So on my Spring Has Sprung berry, I've got my interfacing on the back. It's all set to go. On my other berry, I did the trimming. So here you can see my interfacing, and there's my ½ inch seam allowance. And what I did was, you know, for the curve is I just took a quilter's ruler, and I just, you know, did ½ inch, ½ inch all the way around. And then I just, you know, I just penciled in an arc with these as guides, and then I just took my scissors and cut it out. So now what I need to do is I need to set up my sewing machine, because I don't sew all that often. So the next thing that'll happen is I'll put my right sides together, so my interface will be looking at me, and then I'm just gonna stitch a straight stitch down there, and then turn it around, iron my seams flat, right, as you do, and start stuffing. So like I said, I'm slow, but I'm feeling really good about where I am at with finishing my berries. So hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to work on the next couple of steps on my berries, but I'm feeling successful. I'm not having anxiety. I'm actually having a really good time working on it. I know I'm pokey, but when the inspiration strikes, I just go for it, and when I'm not feeling it, I go do something else. So, you know, this is probably all of, you know, a half an hour's worth of work, really. It's not that much, but I just have to, you know, build up my courage and do the next thing, and build up my courage and do the next thing. And like I said, Helen's tutorial is beautiful. Helen D on FlossTube. I will try to remember to link her tutorial video in my show notes. But anyway, that's where I'm at. So hopefully we'll have some spring berries next time. Because after I do the, you know, the sewing, then it's just stuffing. That'll, you know, I can stuff. That'll be good, right? So we'll get there. I'll get there. Like I said, I'm having a fun time, and I'm just doing it at my speed. So my speed is slow and steady like a tortoise. Oh my goodness. So I thought I'd show you a previous finish because it's a monthly finish. So here is my May Snow Flower Diaries for you guys. So this is up in the entryway in my house. So when you come in, the cat and the kitten are greeting you this month. So much fun, so fun. I really love these. And I need to start my next one. And I thought I would show you what the next one is. For July, I finished June, as we know. So for July, it's a very, very fun stitch. It's flamingos. Aren't those adorable? So that's one of my plans for the month of May, is to start my flamingos. And I don't really do Maynia, but I am going to have 3 starts this month. So Snowflower Diaries is one of my starts for May. I'm looking forward to stitching in those pink colors. I don't seem to, you know, stitch things that have lots of pink, so that's going to be fun. So that's going to be, whoops, Snowflower Diaries hit the dust. Anyway, I don't do a lot of pink stitching, so that'll be fun to work in those colors. And then I am giving myself a start on the Roveris box, so that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to doing something nautical. So Roveris is my second start, and then my third start, let's see here, where did it go? Here it is. Okay, is for my sister. She had picked up a dimensions kit, and it's so funny. She gave it to me for my birthday, but really, she wanted me to stitch it for her. So I gave it back to her for her birthday. This is the kit, a whole lot of latte. And then I gifted her a different fabric because I told her that stitching on black is actually really challenging, and I would much rather stitch it on a different color. So I had this, and it's showing way more blue. It's really green. Well, I don't think it's gonna it's not really showing true to color, but anyway, it's more of a, it's got more green in it than the camera is showing. So for her birthday last year, I gave her the chart back, and I put 4 different choices of fabric, and I said, pick the one you like, and this is what she picked. So I am going to start stitching all those cute coffee cups for my sister for her birthday. So it will not be done for her birthday because it's in June. It might be the June after that she will get it, but I thought I should at least get a few stitches in before her birthday, and then I'll wrap it up and say, look, I'm really working on it. And of course I'll give her something else, but I want her to know that I've finally started. I'm finally starting on that dimensions kit, and it'll be fun. I mean, look, I mean, look at those great big huge blocks of color. I'm hoping that because of that, it will be a, you know, a fairly fun stitch, because you won't have to keep, you know, doing 12 stitches and then change your color. And I'm hoping it'll be enjoyable with all those, like I said, with all those big blocks of color. So that's my third start. And if I get really nuts, I will start the piece for my husband, the Reaping Love by Silver Creek Samplers. That's what it is. So this would be possibly a fourth start, which is just as bad as Maynia, right? A start a week. But we'll see, because I really don't want to start so many things that I feel like I can never catch up. So yeah, just tamp down the craziness, Robin. I told you last week I had so much haul that there is going to be very little haul, and I was right. The only thing that I received is my monthly Bird Crush Club kit, and so this is June's bird. Oops, sorry, there is June's bird. So I did receive that. I'm still working on the hummingbird, so I don't have any plans to start this right away. This will probably be a couple months down the line. So anyway, but I thought I'd show you, it did come, and I forgot to tell you, spoiler alert. Sorry folks. Yikes, don't get mad at me. I'm trying to think. In terms of reading, I did finish Ellie Alexander's Live and Let Pie. I did order the Claire Hunter book, Embroidering Her Heart. That hasn't come yet, but the second that shows up, I'm going to start reading that. I'm listening to a new book on Audible. It's part of a young adult fantasy series by Rachel Caine. So I'm reading the second one, Paper and Fire. I'm trying to remember. What did I finish on Audible? Oh, I finished the first Maisie Dobbs. That was really good. Yep. I am totally looking forward to getting the next one in the Maisie Dobbs series. So I'm going to be kind of flipping back and forth between those two series on Audible for a while. And then in terms of paper books, while I'm waiting for the Claire Hunter book to show up, I think I'm going to start the Bookwoman's Daughter, one of my arcs from the convention. So that's what I'm thinking about in terms of reading. I did not have a chance to go through and comment on all your comments from last week's video. The week just kind of got away from me. I don't exactly know what happened beyond the week just got away from me. But I did want to say thank you for all of the nice comments you left me about my finish on the Coffee Bird by Heart and Hand. I know my dad's going to love it. His birthday is next week, so he'll get it next week. And I hope to have a picture or two of him with it that I can insert up here in the video. Beyond that, you guys, I know this is shorter. You guys, some of you did say you liked the longer video from last week, and when you don't stitch as much, there's not as much content. So I'll try to do better. I'll try to do better. How about that? We'll just we'll shoot for at least 30 minutes every time if I have to. Let's see. I got 45 seconds to get it to 30 minutes. No, just kidding. Don't have to be that silly. But anyway, you guys, thank you for watching and commenting and being here. I just have the best time knowing that you're all out there and having a little chat. And I want to tell you to stitch happy, my friends, and start the things. Enjoy your Maynia if you're doing Maynia. And I'll be watching for your posts on Instagram to see what you're all stitching. Okay, have a good rest of your day and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye friends.